How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Hopefully you doing good. Made it to another day. Yes! Spread love is the Brooklyn way. But the genesis of this whole thing started in a conversation that I had 2, 3 days ago with my mother. And we were just talking about how people tear each other down, negative stuff that people do. And she asked the question, have you encouraged anybody today? Like, how some people are encouraging, how some people are uplifting and upbuilding and things of that nature. So I thought about it, to ask. I said, okay, well, we live in a world where it's so easy to tear people down, where it's so easy to make people feel less than, to judge folks. What's going on, Tim S420? I see you. Good morning to you. Thanks for coming through to the live stream. Thank you for those people in the background. What's up, Deep? Yeah, so basically it came to this question. It's like almost a challenge, have you encouraged anybody today? Have you lifted anybody else up? Have you made people not just feel better about themselves, but just know that, there's hope, there's possibility. What's going on, 90 Glock? What's going on, 90 Glock? I was thinking about you, brother. I was thinking about you, definitely, and it comes to a point where I ask you out there, have you encouraged anybody? Will you encourage anybody today? By the time you see this, I guess this would be an appropriate question. Have you encouraged anybody today? Have you lifted anybody up? Have you, told somebody not just that they're special, but that, it's possible for them to succeed? It's, encourage them in a good way. Yo, Salty Nuts, what's good? What's good? What's good? Hello to Salty Nuts. That's what's up. Thanks for stopping by. But it was just a question when she asked me, that, it threw me for a second. It was like, wow, that's real. Have you encouraged anybody today? Because it's easy to tear people down. It's easy to judge people. It's easy to, nah. It's all good, 90 Glock. That's just his name. That's just his name. Salty Nuts is cool. Salty Nuts is cool. But like, yeah, it's like, in this time, in this life that we live in, this society or whatever, it's so easy to, defame people. It's so easy to shame people. It's so easy to make people feel bad. Never feel Salty Nuts is here. That's funny. Well, Salty Nuts is unique. We appreciate you, Salty Nuts. But like I said, not to get too, off topic, off subject, or whatever the case may be. I always try to take in some positive light as others attack on their ego or pride. Yeah, Deep, that's how it happens sometimes. People do attack, on ego, pride. People caught up in situations where, you rather just tear a person down, or, make a person feel bad because they're different, or because they haven't achieved what you've achieved in life. But the question is have you encouraged, inspired, motivated anybody to do better? Because sometimes our presence alone changes things. Sometimes our presence alone can inspire somebody, can motivate somebody, can encourage them to be the best self that they can. Just like on the flip side, our presence can discourage people. It can bring people down. It can make them feel less than. It can put them in a bad way. It can make them feel like, there is no hope. So I guess the question is, who do you want to be in that situation? Do you want to be somebody that encourages people, that lifts them up, that inspires them? Do you want to be somebody that tears them down, that judges them, that ridicules them? A prideful, egotistical type of person, where it's all about you. We do live in a world full of vanity. But at the same time, do you wake up every day wanting to be discouraged yourself? Think about it. I don't want to wake up people constantly discouraging me, bringing me down, telling me I can't do things. But at the same time, you know what? I'm not always going to be encouraged. I'm not always going to be inspired. So, I look to those people, that do bring inspiration to me. I look for those people that do inspire me, which a lot of you do. But then it comes back to the flip side. Am I inspiring, encouraging, and uplifting and upbuilding enough people? Some folks may laugh at it. They may find it, funny. Cheers to you, Warnock. Cheers to you. Lift the bong. I got you. I'm not going to lift the bong, but I know what you're talking about. It's all good. Shout out to all the people from the 420 community that's supporting me, man. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I will definitely come by and check you out. Shout out to everybody, but definitely the 420 has been showing up in here, and I appreciate you folks. It's nothing but love and peace towards you. Love, peace, and happiness. But, this is just, some quick thoughts about you know, what type of influence. This is about the type of influence that, you know, you have on people's lives. You know, what type of influence do you want to have? A negative or positive influence? You know, have you encouraged anybody today? Will you encourage anybody today? Is that your MO? Or is this something where you like to, you know, gravitate towards the negativity? You know, is it some place where you like to just, you know, tear people down and you find fun and enjoyment? What's going on, DMs Mix Up? I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. I'm very inspired by, you know, you showing up just as well as everybody else. You know, but this is just an encouragement to those folks, to encourage other people to be mindful of how you influence other people in their lives. You know, because like I said, the littlest things sometimes we do. Sometimes the way we walk, the way we talk, you know, the way we are about ourselves, the way we treat ourselves can discourage other people. You know, because they figure, hey, if that person can do it, then maybe I can. But if you're constantly going around saying, you know what, it's not possible, there's no hope, there's no way it's going to get done, then you may discourage somebody you least expect. Some of us have children out there. Other people have, you know, different family members and stuff like that, friends or significant others, you know, that look at us and they look to us, you know, for guidance, or they look to us for strength. They look to us for encouragement. And sometimes we may not even really know. You know, so like I said, be mindful of who you're around. Be mindful of the influence that you have on other people. Be mindful of whether or not you're encouraging or discouraging people. Be mindful of the things that you say. You know, of how you have conversations with people, especially if you have children around. You know, you don't want to discourage the youth. You know what I'm saying? You want to uplift people and upbuild people, if that's what you want to do. What's up, Crimson Fantasy? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Crimson Fantasy in the house. Oh, I encourage you all to support each other and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Go to each other's channels if you're not sub to each other. Check each other out. If you like what you see, you like what you see. And let me see what Deep said. Deep says, I had intent on being negative today on my own self. And I realized my attitude towards the situation wasn't positive. Nah, I mean, it's like that, Deep. It's like that. Sometimes we put ourselves in positions where, you know what, we want to be caught up in some nonsense, or, you know, we are frustrated and we want to, you know, like exact some sort of emotional revenge on somebody. But it doesn't go anywhere but an endless cycle of disrespect, you know. Thanks. I appreciate the comment, Krim. You talking to Deep. That's all good. Nah, but each day we get a chance to choose who we want to be. You know, each situation, each moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, any situation you're in, you could be encouraging in one moment, you could be discouraging in the next. I think the important thing is to be aware of whether or not you're tearing somebody down or you lift them up, if you're upbuilding them, or whatever the case may be. You know, because it's so quick, it's so easy to just, you know, change somebody's perspective, you know, and put them in a cool way. Good morning, my siblings of Adam and Eve. That's interesting way of putting it. Yeah, you got to stop somewhere. I forget sometimes thinking about myself where you spot on. Nah, it's all good. It's all good, Deep. I mean, sometimes we need reminders. Sometimes it's what it is. 90 Glock says it's just good to try to stay positive no matter what, as long as you can be positive and actually be successful in life. Yeah, 90 Glock. I mean, you got to fight for it, though. You got to fight for it because, you know, people test you. You know, situations test us. Sometimes we're caught up in situations ourselves where we just like, you know what, screw this. I'm going in for the kill because, you know, somebody got me upset the next day, so I'm just going to let somebody else have it. You know, and it's a challenge not to, you know, let people upset us, take us to dark places, or bring up negativities. Crimson Fantasy says sometimes you can get so involved in a situation and use someone to smack sense into you. Yeah, I've been in situations like that where I've had family members had to smack sense into me. My brother had to, you know, talk sense into me at times with situations, you know, where I was going to go off the deep end, you know, but you know, if you have good people around you, you know, they'll tell you that, you know, they'll bring you back from the edge, you know what I'm saying? So, but the question is once you come back from the edge and once you're uplifted, who do you want to be? I need to be reminded to go to bed, but I said, boy, to a 5 a.m. Sunday morning. Yeah, nah, it's all good, Vinny G. It's all good. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Is it so far ahead yet? I don't know. But anyway, like I said, this is just what's up, Mac Truck? I see you out there. Good day to you as well, brother. I agree with you. Pork Chop. Life is a test. It's a test in who we want to be each day. You know, before us it's life, death, good, evil. You know, these different choices. You know, what we choose determines who we are. I want to be Krim. People will hate, but let them hate. I enjoy doing me. Well, here's the thing about that, Krim. I mean, you can let people hate. You do you, which is cool. But what comes to the point where the people around you who are influenced by you, what do? Do you inspire them to be negative, or do you inspire them to try to be positive, to always look for, the good in things? But not ignoring the positive. Not ignoring the negative. Or do you just go full bore and say, you know what, screw it, whoever don't feel it, screw them, blah blah blah. So the influence that we have on other people's lives are important. I say never underestimate the impact that your life has on somebody else's. Even hear me doing this live stream, I may think this is not resonating with anybody. I may think this is not important to somebody, but it is important to somebody. So how I project myself and present myself is important. I have nieces and nephews that watch this stuff. I have friends and family that watch this stuff. I have coworkers that watch this stuff. Because I always try to teach people to look for the good and try to use empathy. Nah, definitely. And that's why I asked the question to anybody out here. This question goes to all of you. Have you encouraged anybody today? Have you inspired anybody today? Have you made somebody smile? You know what I'm saying? Have you given a person a reason to think, a reason to hope, a reason to dream? Have you done that? And if you haven't, why not try? Why not do something? Especially for the creators on YouTube. I say do something to make people at least smile, to at least think, to at least be encouraged, to at least be hopeful, to at least appreciate a sunshiny day or even a rainy day. It's all good, but it's not so much it's a message, Crimson. It's a question, because I've been questioned and I've been approached about this, because this is something that you want to do. This is why this information hopefully is inspirational. Hopefully it's inspiring. One knock says it's like the saying, if you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. I love to give back. I always give other human beings the time of day. Nah, it's cool. And I agree with you, Warnock, and I understand where you're coming from, Vinny G. I agree with you, Warnock. Listen, if you don't have anything good to say, then sometimes it's best to be quiet. And I agree with that. So let's put some context to this. I'm not saying be fake positive. If you got nothing really good positive to say, then don't be fake positive. Don't be a fake encourager. But if you do have something really genuine, hey, good morning, Danny Anderson. If you do have something really dope or good or whatnot, uplifting in your heart, then encourage some folks. Be uplifting, be upbuilding. If you just have negativity in your heart, if you just have a whole bunch of hatred, if you have a whole bunch of things that's just gonna discourage people and bring them down, then maybe you should keep that to yourself. Pork Chop says my motto: haters should be our motivation. You could use haters as a motivation. You could do that. Not everybody can handle that, because then when nobody's hating on you, then you're not motivated. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I try to be somebody where, regardless of the haters, I still look for motivation and inspiration in life by the things that other people do. I'm inspired by other people being successful. I'm inspired by other people doing dope things and supporting each other. That inspires me more than the haters. Tim says people are quick to judge others. I have been judged my whole life for using cannabis. Yeah, it happens. It happens, definitely. People get judged for different things, but you try not to focus too much on the judgment, because people will judge you just for the color of your skin. I know that. People will judge you from where you come from the country you come from. What's going on, Creepy Crawler? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Vinny G says I'm actually interested in other people's lives, no matter what. Some people just have to just leave a lot of questions. Yeah, definitely they do. They do. People have questions, But the thing about it is like, where do you want to come from? What type of person do you want to be? What are you doing with your messages, with your influence? Are you encouraging anybody? Are you uplifting and upbuilding people? Because other folks are going to do what they're going to do. Even like Warnock says, sometimes people use the haters as motivation and stuff like that. And you can. But the issue with that I have sometimes is that if nobody's hating on you, then that means you're not really motivated. So, like I say, have balance with that. But like I said, everybody finds different reasons to stay motivated and whatnot. Pork Chop, Tim, not only judge you when you short my sack. That's the inside conversation. I hear that. That's funny. That is funny though. Cheers all to you. But like I said, it comes down to us and who we want to be, each day and how we want to interact with people. And, every day is not sunshine and rainbows out there. Every day is not pretty and pure and all that. Creepy Crawler, I'm on the bus waiting to go home. I've been there many times, Creepy Crawler. I've been there many times. I will be there today, actually, going through that. But this is just, I'm going to wrap this up because I actually still got to eat breakfast. I still got to get out of here and do what I got to do. But this is just a question, have you encouraged anybody today? And, if you have it in your heart, I implore you to encourage folks, because just think, somebody out there might need your encouragement. They might need your uplifting, upbuilding. They may need a kind word from you. They may need it. They may be struggling through something that you couldn't imagine. What's going on, baby girl Neil? I appreciate you for coming through. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, so like I said, this is just a question. Have you encouraged anybody today? Have you lifted anybody up? Have you inspired them? Because even though a lot of times we may not think it, you never know, what your kind words or your influence, what impact it may have on other people in their lives. So I say consider that the next time that you deal with somebody. Consider that the next time you may be in a negative attitude, whether or not you might need to change it, or somebody may be influenced by that negatively or positively. So go out there and encourage somebody today. Go out there and lift somebody up. Say a kind word. Give somebody a smile, a joke, a kind gesture of any sort, if it's really in you. You know what I'm saying? So this is Mel once again saying spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Thank you for all those that have supported this live stream, and I'll see you next time.